Hey there, welcome to the channel. In this video, I wanted to take you through a quick tutorial of this platform called Relay.app, which allows you to build powerful AI agents for your business. I actually just discovered this website last night, and I wanted to give it a try, see what it's capable of. Obviously, you can read through the entire website here, and you can also take a look at some of the done-for-you templates. So if we click on Explore Templates right here, it will pull up some examples here. So we got a social media video promoter. We've got lots of different options to choose from. And you can also sort by categories as well. It does sales, recruitment, finance, AI, email, meeting reminders, all sorts of different things in here. So I've already created an account. I'm just going to click on login, and then we can log into the account. I've actually already got it pulled up over here. So you can see I've started building out one of these templates. This is a done-for-you template that they provide in Relay.app. Similar to Make.com, you can get access to a lot of templates completely for free. And this is a social media video promoter. So basically, anytime I post a new video on my YouTube channel, it will pull that in, get the transcript, write a post using OpenAI ChatGPT. It will get the thumbnail image, get approval to post, and then here we can also add the step to, let's say, create a post on LinkedIn. So you just enter that in here, right here, and we should be able to create the post. But for now, I'm just going to publish this, and we can click on Publish. And we'll see if this actually works because I have been having some issues getting the transcript. So let's just go ahead and test this step right here. I'm just going to click on test. And once again, it's saying too many requests using this account's credentials. So I don't know if that has something to do with the API for YouTube or what exactly is going on here. This should actually be my channel URL. So let's input that. Not LinkedIn. We're going to put YouTube. That's AI Automation Station, where you're watching this video right now. Might as well add www, but you can see it's pulling in all of my latest videos here. So that's what we want. And then we can just click on done to save that. And now we can try this again. And once again, it's saying too many requests. So not exactly sure what's going on there. It should work. But let's just try another template just out of curiosity. So we'll come back to home here, and then we can click on templates. And let's just try one for meetings, for example. Here's a meeting briefing generator. So let's click on this and then use the template. Hopefully this one will work better than the other one. It looks like I will need to connect up my Gmail account. So I'm just going to click on connect here, and then I'll use my Gmail account right here. Can select all, continue, authenticate with Gmail. Pretty straightforward. And now we can actually publish the changes. Should be able to. So can set up the steps here, and you can see there's a lot of other options over here as well. You can connect up, hundreds and hundreds of different apps. I would say not nearly as many as Make.com, but it is still, there's quite a few options here. And you can also build in, like here, this is my connected apps down here. You can also connect up MCPs, and you can do web scraping through here as well, which is pretty powerful. So you can actually scrape entire websites. And you do need to be a little bit mindful of your AI credits or the credits, because you will need to upgrade once you run out of credits. But let's just go ahead and select my calendar here. So I'll select the calendar, and then that's going to start to run 4 hours before the start of a meeting. So that's what we're doing here. And then here we can actually enter in the company's email address. So I'm just going to put in my email right here. Actually, yes, let's use the email for my automation agency. And then obviously you can just should be able to just turn this on as well once everything is configured properly. So you can do that. There's another example of an agent that you might want to build out for your business. And by the way, you can also check out my school community over here. We are, new people joining every single day inside the school community. You're more than welcome to join. It's completely free. We're just about to hit 1,000 members in there. So we'd love to see you inside the community. Obviously, you can also create your own automations rather than using the templates. So if you want to create a new workflow, just click on new workflow, and then you can add the trigger right here. So the trigger is basically what's going to cue the automation to start running. It can either be manual or you can use an app. So for example, I could, let's use cal.com. If I get a new booking using cal, then I can respond appropriately. But I will need to actually add the API key right here, which I don't have right away. If I do want to get that, I can just open up cal.com. Yep, there we go. And then now I need to find the API key. So that's going to be the next step. Right here, I need the API key. And if I want to figure out where that is specifically, I can open up their documentation. It takes me right over here to create the API key. So there we go. I'm just going to call it Relay right there. And we'll save that. And then there's my API key. So now we're going to come back over here and enter that in right here. And we can select, these are the different types of calls that I have. So it could be an AI consultation call, it could be a remote consultation call, lots of different options. But in most cases, it's just going to be the AI discovery call. So we're going to select that. And then you can see here's all of my, some of my previous meetings here. So it's already connected up properly. And then now what we could do next is we could, send an email. So if I want to connect up Gmail here, you can send an email and wait for a reply. You can add a label, lots of things. But in this case, I'm just going to send an email. And then this is where I can actually just get the email address that was provided. So if I want to send an email to the recipient or the person that scheduled the call, I can choose either the invitee email or the organizer email. So in this case, I'm just going to choose invitee email. And then we can just say, thanks for having some issues with my keyboard on Linux for some reason. Thanks for scheduling a call. And then you can just, add more information down here, whatever you want. You can add an attachment if you want to send over like a proposal or something. You could do that as well. So that's just, very simple example. And then if we want to turn this on, obviously we can just turn it on. And that's going to automatically run every time this trigger is called. And we can also add them into HubSpot. So that's another thing we could do. Because currently I'm not doing that. I'm not adding new calls into HubSpot. We could just click on create a record. And then again, I will need to authenticate with HubSpot here. So in order to do that, I'm just going to open this up and we can sign in. Unfortunately, I'm not already logged into my account here. They always ask for authentication codes typically. So there it is. That's 117357. There we go. Remember me. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So now I can create a record. So I can take, create a contact here. And then we can pull in that information from the previous step. So the booking email would be the invitee email. And then if we get their first name, we can also include that as well. So typically, I always ask for first name, last name when they fill out the calendar here. So we can do that as well. Booking, that would be the invitee first name. And then we can also do the last name as well. So that would be booking last name. And we can also test this too. So if we want to run a test, we can run the test and looks like it was a success. So now it's added this guy. This is my latest phone call with the AI discovery call. It's added this guy into HubSpot. So you can see why this might be useful. If you don't want to do all of this manually, you can just build an automation and set it to run automatically every time a new call is made. So that's just a very simple example of something that you can create using Relay app. and this is very useful for me. I want to be adding people into HubSpot. And also, if I want to, let's say, pull up their LinkedIn profile, for example, I could come over here and then just search for LinkedIn. They've got quite a few different apps to choose from, not nearly as many as Make.com, but yeah, I would just, have some fun with it. You could also like create a proposal for them as well. So if you want to create a proposal using PandaDoc, for example, you could add that in as well. Just send them over a quick proposal right away. But it's usually better, obviously, to do that after the phone call rather than when they first book the call. So I would recommend just sending them a quick email right here and asking them some pre-qualifying questions to get them prepared for the call. Hopefully you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and yeah, go ahead and take a look around Relay app. I think it's a pretty powerful tool that you can use. And they also have paid plans as well, so if you want more information about that, they have the pricing in here too. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Signing off.